Hi, I just want to show you how to set up the Portashopper when you receive it. So the first thing to open it, just fold out the little footrest and stand over the chair and pull it up and towards you at the same time. And it'll just flip open. One thing to make sure of is that the actual little pins holding the chair upright have clicked in solidly. And to fold the chair backwards, just pull those pins out with a little cable. Lift the chair onto its wheels and push it in. Make sure the little front wheels are straight. And when you got it like that, it's the way to put it into your car's boot. Just put it in and push it in if the brakes are off. Okay, the first thing I just want to do is familiarize you with the different parts of the wheelchair. These here are the batteries. You can see they've got a plug there. And if we plug in there, this one here, this one we plug in, so, okay, and see the battery just slides in, and the other one slides in on the other side, so you've got the two batteries there. Now, these here are brakes, so you can see if I disengage them, the chair can just push it around by itself. And so I recommend that you actually drive with it like this, unless you want to push it around, push the brakes off, but otherwise just drive with it with the brakes on all the time, so that the chair doesn't run away from you. This here is folded. You see the two pins going there, so you just pull it and then pull it backwards, and then you fold it open. These have to click in and make sure they click in properly. This is very important. Make sure that these click in before you get onto the chair. Otherwise you could really hurt yourself if the chair collapses on you. This is the controller box, and you can see that what it does is, from the battery, brings the power in, and here you have the signals going to the right hand motor. This is the motor assembly. And from here you've got the signals going to the left-hand motor. These are little gas-dampened wheels, so you can reverse up obstacles, etc. You see the little gas dampers there, so it's fully shock absorbed. So when you get the chair, the first thing you want to do is install the joystick controller. You just open the bag. See, this here is the charger. That one there, and you'll receive a little international adapter where you can plug this one in there and choose whichever socket that you will use. The American one, the Australian one. So you have this universal adapter that makes it easy for you. So that goes in there, that goes onto the joystick. But when you get the chair, the batteries will be charged. So what you've got to do is decide whether you want it on the right hand or the left hand. So say for example, you want the joystick controller on the left hand side. Just undo this little plug, pop it in the other side, so take the little thumb screw out on this side, and like that, bring that in, so, put this back, there. And then what you can do is lead it into this little screw clip there. You just push that lead into there. And what happens then is, I can show you closer. What happens then is that this one here has to plug into that hole. But you've got to be absolutely certain that there's two little rails. There's a rail there and a little plastic rail there. On the top you'll see a little forward and backward arrow, so just watch very carefully, because it's absolutely essential that this shows in the upward position when you plug it in. So that's when you plug the battery in. And then what you're going to do is take this, you're going to take the battery into here. I'm going to bring this closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Battery plug in here, so you can see there's two white terminals, so they just go with the white. Just plug in there, like so. And after you've done that, the chair is pretty much ready to go, and all you have to do is press a little. After you've done that, you can see that open this. Okay, the next thing I want to show you, this is the charger here. You see there's a little red light and a green light, and this just goes into the mains plug. So just choose the country that you want. You pop these out, you choose which country plug socket you want, and this plug just goes in at the bottom. So just rotate it until it clicks in. You'll see at a certain point it just slides in. Now these are lithium batteries, so it means that it will charge for about 2 hours, in which case the battery would absorb about 90% of its charge, and then it would need a further 3 hours to charge the remaining 10%. So after you've charged it or topped it up for 3 hours or 2 hours, you probably have at least 10 kilometers of range in the battery already. And these batteries have a 15,000 kilometer radius, if I can call it that, or 1,000 charging cycles, which can do 15 kilometers in a go. So it would be very hardly necessary for you to actually swap batteries. But if this battery runs flat, yeah, in order to swap the batteries, what you would have to do is to unplug it here, the battery, and then unplug it here as well. So take this battery out, get the spare battery out from the other side, and plug it in here. So then remember to keep those two little plastic guides showing upright with the little arrows on the plastic there. Plug it back in there, and then you've got to plug this one back in here. Just keep white with white, red with red, and black with black, and you can then take the other battery here and just slide it into the other side again. If you don't think you're going to need to go more than 15 kilometers, just take this battery out. But what's important is that you shouldn't leave these batteries in the car. They're lithium batteries and they don't like to get too hot. So if you're going to be parking in the sun, just take these batteries out. Take them with you rather than let them heat up in the sun. They don't like to go over 50 degrees Celsius. It actually can become quite dangerous. So that's how you would swap the batteries then. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is once you've got everything plugged in, this joystick controller, you'll see the little green stripe, that is your on switch. These battery lights here indicate the actual status of the battery, so it goes all the way to the green as charged. That there, the little red circle, is the off switch. This one in the middle is just a little horn to get people, to warn people you're coming. And this here is the constant speed indicator. So you can set the constant speed to quite fast. That will be about 8 kilometers an hour. And if you take it down so that only one little light is showing, that is like a very slow walking speed, which is ideal. To operate the chair, simply hold it back to reverse. You'll hear a faint click when the solenoid clicks in. You go forward, hold it down, left, and right. And so obviously you can zoom around at different degrees of left, right, forward, center, and backwards. And I suggest that you actually take the chair, put it on the slowest speed and do a bit of practicing, get onto a flat surface. Remember to keep your wheelchair brakes on at the back, so that when you want to get out it doesn't run away from you, and then practice with it for a while. Okay, the next thing I want to do is just show you how to unfold it and fold it. Also what I recommend before you start is just take a bit of lubricant. This is Inox or WD-40. Just spray it on all the joints so that the chair becomes much more easy to maneuver and to handle and to unfold. A little bit of this everywhere will do wonders for how easy the chair unfolds and flips open. Etc. Let's go here and there. And so whatever it hinges, give it a little bit of a spray, and your life will be a lot easier. Okay? So to unfold it, if you fold this chair up, remember to pull those two pins just by pulling it towards you, then bend the chair back, and fold this up, put it on its side like that, make sure the wheels are straight, and then you can sometimes squish the chair in. And if you load it up into the car, you can grab it here, and this handle here or here is also a pretty good space to grab it and put it into the car, so and so. Okay. Also remember the other thing you can do is to rotate this joystick so that when you put it in the car, just loosen this here and rotate it so that it shows inward so that nothing damages the actual joystick itself. The other important thing you can do before you actually fold it up is to keep the brakes of the chair off. Okay, drop the chair off. So, what it means is when these wheels can freewheel, like so that when you put it into the boot you can just push it in, like that. Just another little trick I want to show you. If you want to use the chair and go under tables, for example, without this joystick catching there, what you do is simply undo that and rotate it. You can fold the chair from here. Also I mentioned the brakes. If the brakes are off and you drive the chair, the electromagnetic brakes will still come on. The only problem is that when you switch it off, the chair will be able to go freely. So that's why I recommend always drive with these brakes on. So you can ride around with them on as well. Doesn't make any difference to the operation of the chair. But when you do switch it off finally, like that, and you want to get up, the chair will be stuck and won't run away. So please remember to keep your brakes on pretty much at all times unless you want to push it around. Thank you very much.